EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Bay State in Massachusetts. Welcome to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson up here in the booth. Greg, we've looked at this matchup, talked about the offenses, the defenses. Feels like a tight one, and usually what does that mean? Special teams could be a big factor in who gets out of here with the W.
Each week when we come into these games, Mike, we probably do a disservice to just the importance of how much special teams plays a factor in deciding the outcome of these games. And you're exactly right. When teams find themselves very similar on offense, very similar on defense, all the metrics, all the stats, can you find an advantage, even the slightest one, in the kicking game, the return game, generate a turnover or a big kick return? Sometimes that little slight advantage is all you need to tip the scales in your favor.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Jones motioning here. Throwing to get things started is Mahomes. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. What does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They face 2nd down and 7. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. To the air once more. That's over the middle and intercepted. He works free, right side. Inside the 20. Extra point try forthcoming. He knocks it through. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the end zone. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. First and 10. Jones motioning here. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. He's going to air this one out for Jones. And this will be incomplete.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those. The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's into the end zone. For Darrell Patterson. Touchdown, Chicago. Now for the point after. It's up and good. And the Bears move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Yellow.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did. Walking off the field, foul.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
And we are underway in Buffalo. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out on the ground with Emmett. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Come on, set!
Here's Pacheco headed right. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Ready? Go!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Julius Peppers coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Go! Buffalo 18! Ready?
They do go for this. Here's Willis. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bills' first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Get it!
Willis headed left off the option. And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now they'll look to Willis to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Option play, Willis looking to run. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Willis looks to pass it here. Buying time to his left. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jamison Williams from 8 yards out. And the Bills post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Throwing to start the drive. Henry. This is now a loose football. The ball comes out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Come on, set. Cup 19, Cup 19.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
60 Maverick, ready? Warrior 70.
Willis takes the snap. They're going for it. Looking deep here for Mooney. Oh, and that is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them, because they're really outside of field goal range now. All right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Up the middle they go. It's done. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and through. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
A quick throw there out to Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Willis takes the snap. They're going for it. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Come on.
Williams, the man in motion left. It's a play fake. Here's Willis. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. Going on 4th down. Here's Willis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out.